Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth, and fancy seeing you here in June. A very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I don't do the touching. Are you feeling charitable? Then smash the subscribe button and the like button, and please do follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. Rumours about who's going to be in Andrew Machete's Flashpoint movie. When I keep on talking about the multiverse strategy every day, I don't think you understand what I actually mean. There is a multiverse of characters around since the 1960s Batman, 1978 Superman. They are all part of this multiverse strategy here. And that means they can appear in DCEU movies. And when we get this rebirth, that is the kind of DCEU we are going to get. And the Flashpoint is the beginning, the very, very moment it all begins. And that's what's really, really exciting me. Now, Fandom Wire have an article. An article people are saying is crap, but I can exclusively reveal to you this morning it is not crap. I've even seen Brandon Routh himself, after commenting on somebody's artwork, winking and saying it's a very nice picture. It is happening, my friends, and we should all be very excited about that. Now, let's read this article. Exclusive. The Flash approaching Bale, Kilmer, Clooney, and a huge surprise cameo. Happy Batman Day to all you Gothamites. We know it's not Batman Day anymore, but this was posted yesterday. As comic book fans everywhere are celebrating the Dark Knight's most famous incarnations in pop culture, from the countless movies, animated shows, live-action TV adaptations, and many different video games, we here at Fandom Wire can exclusively reveal that DC's The Flash movie is bringing in more famous Batmen. What we know so far on the upcoming project from Warner Brothers is that the film will bring back Tim Burton's Michael Keaton and the DCEU's Ben Affleck to a long-in-development film, but the producers have much more happening behind the scenes. Spoiler warning for some minor plot points and cameos. The different worlds of Batman. Our sources tell us that the movie will follow the comics Flashpoint plotline, with Barry going back to stop a specific event, but in doing so, Barry messes up the timeline. As Barry goes back to try and find his regular world, he stumbles into many new ones, allowing for opportunity for various cameo appearances. This is very exciting. There is word that producers want him to stop quickly into Nolan's Gotham City, but since Batman is technically dead in that timeline, Barry might see a newspaper explaining Batman is dead. However, as impossible as they know it will be, the producers are very keen to try and get Christian Bale to show up, in which case they'll adjust it. Because that's the thing with The Dark Knight Rises, isn't it? We don't actually know if Batman is actually dead. We did see Bruce Wayne at the end with Selina Kyle. So who knows? Other Batman worlds on deck are Val Kilmer and George Clooney's, both which are also being approached. Kilmer was recently scheduled to do a DC Fandom panel as a talk of a Batman Forever Schumacher cut keeps on raging. So he seems more likely to agree to something. Over Clooney, depending on interest, Chris O'Donnell from Batman and Robin and Batman Forever is also being approached to reprise his Robin, which played opposite both Batmen. Our sources also say that Grant Gusting's Barry Allen from the CW's The Flash could also show up. I've been telling you that for weeks. He's definitely going to show up. Having already met in the CW's Crisis on Infinite Earths two-part finale, TV's Barry Allen was the one to name Ezra Miller The Flash. So a nod of respect back to Grant would be very nice, and it's going to happen. But the biggest surprise cameo being considered is one we want to offer one final spoiler warning for. So if you don't want to read the next paragraph, look away from this page right now. The super surprise cameo is, spoiler warning, our sources say they are also approaching Nicolas Cage. Nicolas fucking Cage. Before I read on, let me be absolutely clear now. I know a lot of fans hate the idea of Cage ever putting on the cape and Tim Burton making his film, but you didn't see the finished article. I have seen so much and investigated so much about this movie. It was going to be so different, unique, and awesome. Nick is such a big Superman fan. He even owned Action Comics #1. And you know how rare they are, right? Big fan. And it was heartbreaking for him for this to never happen. I would be so happy as a Nick Cage fan and a Superman fan to see this happen. Our sources say they are also approaching Nicolas Cage to briefly portray Tim Burton's version of Superman that never was. To make this cameo even cooler, Cage wouldn't just be a cameo from another world, but instead would portray the Superman in Michael Keaton's world, where a bulk of the film will apparently take place. Talk about mind-blowing. So I repeat, this rumour that I can't substantiate, but I can tell you is true, he will be part of Tim Burton's Batman world. Now, that makes sense because I think that's what Tim Burton was trying to do in the first place. They would have been part of the same universe, which would have been exciting, and this is why it was more tragic that it never happened. Wow! Nicolas Cage is a huge Superman fan, so giving him a chance to finally portray this character would be a nice gesture to both him and Tim Burton. It would also be a great nod to the late John Schnepp, who put together a wonderful documentary about the Lost Superman project. Absolutely. The Death of Superman Lives would have been an awesome film. So after reading all this new information, are you excited to see the Flash movie? That's what it says. We don't need to answer that question, because of course we're bloody excited. Do you think we're dumb? Crazy? I suppose there's some fans who might not be happy about this. If Jeff Johns gets a credit, they're going to lose their crap and start posting the TV spots when they come out and saying it's crap. We don't care about those people. Let them be bitter and twisted. Hate hurts the hater. Anyway, Brandon Routh also rumoured to reprise his role. That is happening. Nicolas Cage is happening. Kilmer is happening. Clooney is happening. I can exclusively reveal to you right now that this Fandom Wire article is true. And they've actually got hold of, for once, an exclusive coup. And I don't know who they've been talking to. I assume that the Machetes have been talking to people, and Fandom Wire is one of them. I know they did an article. Was it them who did an article saying that Warner Bros. Were done with Zack Snyder before Zack Snyder's Justice League was announced? I think it might have been them. Doesn't matter about the past. You can't judge people on the past. This is a bona fide good article with good exclusive information, and it's happening. And this is what I've tried to explain to you at the top of the show. This is what the multiverse strategy is. This is what it's going to do. And the idea, this is why they did Crisis on Infinite Earths on the CW from the beginning. That was the launch pad for it. And for those characters to think that there actually isn't multiple Earths anymore, thinking they were all destroyed. But that's not true. And what Barry Allen does in the Flashpoint movie opens up the doorway, so basically anyone can cross from each universe, which means that's a very awesome realization in their worlds, right? But also very dangerous, because so many multiple villains can cross over. So if you killed the Joker in one world, there's another Joker who can cross over. It's a brilliant idea. So if someone has enough of playing the Joker, when they cast him again, they can bring in somebody else. And, of course, lots of potential for Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix is an auteur actor, so it will be limited what he does in terms of crossing into other universes, but they can certainly use him sparingly, but he's certainly going to do another 2 movies. I told you yesterday there was rumours. I can also tell you that this is a fact. So, very, very exciting news that this is what people have been underestimating about the multiverse strategy. And this is why I've always been very, very excited about it, because there's so much potential here. Now, many people may not like Clooney's Batman, but it'll be exciting to see him. Many people may not like Kilmer's Batman. He's not in great shape either anymore. But it doesn't matter, because here's the thing. People age, right? People age, and it's fine. How do we see an older Nicolas Cage Superman? Maybe he's got blue kryptonite on, right? Which allows him to age, right? So, and become human. So there's ways and means of doing this, and it's quite exciting. Now, the big question for me is Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum from Smallville, people like that, will they be involved in this movie? I absolutely believe they will be approached, and I absolutely believe, if possible, they will be in this. Now, will Welling finally wear the suit? Now, in terms of Henry Cavill, because people are saying, why aren't we hearing about Henry Cavill? Henry Cavill and the current Justice League will all be in Andres Macheti's Flashpoint movie. Fact. Undeniable. So this is not just a silly rumour. This is true. Nick Cage, George Clooney, Val Kilmer, Brandon Routh are all going to be in the Flashpoint movie. And that, my friends, is just the tip of the iceberg. I think it's wonderful. I think it's amazing. And I can't wait to see this film. I can't wait. I can't believe I have to wait till 2022. So this is why I'm excited for the multiverse strategy. The potential is limitless. Whatever you think of Zack Snyder, he's a massive nerd and a massive geek, and he's so talented. And he tweeted about Batman Day a couple of times, actually. In fact, this post I'm about to read you, this beautiful post, which proves the guy understands Batman, was retweeted by Matt Reeves, who's writing and directing the Batman as we speak, and they're back in production, which is very exciting as well. So let's read this out, because this is beautiful. This deserves to be read out on every video and on every platform. Batman is all of us. He is our rage at injustice. He stands alone, as we all wish we could, in the face of corrupt system which wishes to oppress and exploit. He is that broken child searching the dark alleys of the human soul to bring balance to the world. Well done, Zach. That, my friend, is absolutely beautiful. I don't want to hear this nonsense that Zack Snyder doesn't understand Batman. That's amazing. Now, some verified troll, some blogger, basically quote tweeted saying, he also murders people or whatever. Go away. Nobody cares about your negativity. It was Batman Day. Zack is a big Batman fan, like many of us, and had every right to post those beautiful sentiments. So well done, Zack Snyder. As usual, you know exactly what to say to bring up the hype engine and the fandom and make everybody happy. And even Matt Reeves, who's very quiet on Twitter, was posting a bit about Batman Day as well. So a very special Batman Day, and really happy to be a part of it and to be tweeting along yesterday as well. What a great thing it is, and what a great character Batman is. Look at this, my friends. Look at what HBO Max and Warner Media posted yesterday. This is a still from Zack Snyder's Justice League. Not Justice League, not BVS. This is a still from Zack Snyder's Justice League. And doesn't it look beautiful? Just feast your eyes on that. That is so awesome. Wow. Wow. And it gives us an opportunity to talk about Zack Snyder's Justice League, because we haven't done so in such a long time. And it's been a while now since Zack posted the teaser trailer on HBO Max, one of the most viewed trailers of all time. And I do believe this will be the most viewed streaming event of all time. It's going to be massive for Warner Media and HBO Max. And the closer we get to that, the more excited people will become. We still do not know when this film will release. Look out for it, because that's going to happen sooner rather than later. I still have a suspicion they may surprise us and put it on HBO Max at before the end of this year. Now, problems with that, of course, because HBO Max isn't international. I don't know if they would be able to do that internationally as well, if we'd have to wait to the new year. That'd be interesting. Well, how would you feel about that if the Americans could see it on HBO Max, but we can until next year? Interesting. I'm just very dubious why this date hasn't been announced yet. Haven't they decided a date yet, or do they want to hold it as part of the hype engine? I definitely think we got to know the date, because that's part of the excitement, and the marketing push can go further and further if we know a date. Now, it's great having the tagline in 2021, only on HBO Max in 2021, but I think people would like to know the date, whether it's this year or next year. I mean, they're saying 2021, but anything's possible, and I am very suspicious why they haven't announced a date. So I will be here to break that for you as soon as it happens. It's been an amazing year. It's been one of those weird years in terms of real life, in terms of the movie industry, because we've hardly had any movies. We were supposed to have Wonder Woman 84 Christmas Day now. It could be pushed back to next year. What could happen is if the Batman has more delays and they can't release it next year, what they could do is have Wonder Woman 84 next year. I'm going to sneeze. Oh dear, I just sneezed. Anyway, did you say bless you at least? Thank you. Anyway, it's the aircon. Too hot, but when I put it on, I just sneeze. Anyway, right, so what they could do if the Batman has any other delays is in fact, postpone Wonder Woman 84 for this year and release that, have Zack Snyder's Justice League, because then you've got 2 DC movies next year, right? Because what could happen is, we don't know what's going to happen with COVID in terms of next year. So Black Adam is supposed to release, November or something, which is ridiculous, seeing they're only starting next year. So I'm surely that's going to have a delay. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Doesn't even seem possible, does it? Anyway, so I'd assume that Black Adam may not happen next year either. And I think for business reasons, they need to put at least 2 projects out there. Zack Snyder's Justice League on HBO Max and Wonder Woman 84. And then, obviously, there's another situation with that James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. So 2 potential movies next year if Wonder Woman 84 gets delayed again cinematically, and Zack Snyder's Justice League would be a better mix because James Gunn's The Suicide Squad is ready to go. So if you could show off about 3 movies at least, 2 of them are already, edited and filmed in terms of The Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman 84, and of course Zack Snyder's Justice League. So that will be 3 movies that they can put out there, all finished, and hopefully cinemas will reopen properly by next year. It will be easier to do. So I do suspect that Wonder Woman 84 will not be showing on Christmas Day. The only plausible way to do it with Wonder Woman 84, or they're going to have to cancel again to make any money, is to release it in theatres, places where they can, and then release it maybe on Amazon Prime for a rental across the world. That's one way of doing it. But if they don't want to do that and they're being really greedy, they'd have to wait till next year where all the theatres open up. And this is where things become extremely problematic. So it's going to be very, very intriguing when we actually get to see Wonder Woman 84. I did tell you that I will have the opportunity very soon to see Wonder Woman 84. I will let you know more about that, and I've already seen the test screening, of course, but this will be the proper theatrical version of Wonder Woman 84. I've been so pumped and so excited about that film for such a long time, and I can't wait until we can all see it together so we can all talk about it. Comment down below. Like, share and subscribe, and I'll be back tomorrow with even more DC Multiverse Daily. And we really are in the multiverse now, aren't we, baby?